Good morning. I haven't filmed at this location in a while. It's a pretty spot. Anyways, had a request this morning on the channel for more information on saving face. I've talked about it before. I think I have, as I continue to live here, I think I have a little slightly further handle on it. So we'll hit it again, as Hans Gruber famously once said. Saving face, the first thing that I think about is dan cho, or dan cho. Oh, to show something is one of the rare, lovely words that's the same in English as it is in Thai. They borrowed that from English, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful that it makes it so easy to learn. Dan cho. Dan is have to, or must. If I tell somebody done something, that's pretty hard. So you sometimes have to watch that, other than speaking to children or something. So I'm from the Midwest, so the culture that I'm used to is the midwestern United States. I wonder, and I just am wondering, I don't know if I lived in Hollywood, California, or if I lived in maybe Houston, Texas, or maybe somewhere in the East Coast, maybe New York or something. I have no idea. Maybe somewhere else there wouldn't be as big a difference, possibly. But how things look is absolutely more important here than given a higher priority. There's no question that is not correct. That there's absolutely zero probability that is not correct. It's glaring and it's different, and I've talked to a number of my much more highly educated Thai friends about this, and everybody confirms this. And I've talked to one particular really experienced expat, and I've had dozens of conversations on this, and he's lived here for 15 years. He's got a huge Thai vocabulary, and you get the idea. So Dan show. So there's this need to show. So if you see, and it's kind of the same as in the States. I mean, you can almost tell how much money somebody has back in the States by what car they drive, because most people get the absolute most expensive, showiest, flashiest, biggest, most ridiculous car that can absolutely, fathomably afford and by some narrow justification. I mean, it's ridiculous, really. It's ridiculous. Although hats off to my business mentor. Hello, Dick, if you're watching this video. I mean, there's a really successful guy that drives a Subaru. So there's that. But those kind of people are few and far between. I'll see if I can do a walk. Oh, that would be nice on my back. Anyway, so that's Dan show, and it's in some ways it's like the same as in the States, but I would say it's a little more. And for example, you'll see people, and I'm not I'm not looking down on anybody. I'm not really trying not to judge anybody. I'm just explaining what I see, okay? You'll see people come out of a rather modest home, and I mean really rather modest by Thai standards, so pretty modest home. And you'll see everybody looking good. Everybody, freshly ironed, crisp, nice shirts, pants. They're used to the heat better than I am. I'm thinking I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm proud of myself. It's a 98-degree day or something, and I'm doing pretty good. But I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Maybe a nice t-shirt and nice pressed shorts that Kaswan has ironed them for me. And I'm looking around and I see Thais. 90% of them are in long pants, and 10% of them have a jacket on. And I'm not kidding. I think there is a point though where a jacket actually is cooler than just wearing a shirt. I did buy a jacket recently, believe it or not. Lightly insulated, because when I ride my motorcycle on the really hot days, it is like riding into a hairdryer. The air is so much hotter than my body. I'm actually heating up because of the airflow, which I didn't know was possible, by the way. So I did buy a jacket for that purpose. Well, I have no idea how it's going to work. I haven't used it yet. I haven't been brave enough to try it yet. Anyway, so Dan show. So there's this need, okay? Everybody gets that. Okay, fine. And so saving face. So they're saving face by doing the Dan show, okay? The Dan show, you're saving face. They're saving face when, and there's a big twist coming, so hang on, I'm talking about a broader cultural thing, but this gets into a really sharp point on dating and ladies, so just bear with me, because I want to give you some background. This isn't the how to get hot babes channel. There's a little bit of cultural stuff here, although obviously dating and the women we pair up with is one of the biggest impacts on our lives, same as it does in the States, same as it does in your life generally. So anyways, so saving face. When you respect a Thai person, particularly if they're older than you or whatever, they're saving face. If you speak more quietly and unaggressively and bowing and smiling, they're saving face. So when I'm with the Thai people that I know and care about, I try to be particularly good. I'm a hand gesture guy. I'm a physical guy. And I try to put all that in check in the back seat when I remember and I don't forget, which is, I don't know how often that is, but I try. And I try to be, I always speak a little more quietly. I'll make sure I'm smiling, as much as I can. And a little bow here and there when they make a point or something. And you see other Thais doing that as well. And it's this humbler, less chest out, shoulders wide posture, which I do anyways because of my back, but I try to watch that. It's not to be like, you get the whole thing. So saving face is really important. If someone's not saving face, it's a big deal to them. And I think that's what triggers, and this is super rare. I don't want this to be the, violence in Thailand channel either, because the violence here is super rare. The only time you're really ever at any risk is going to these big outdoor events, concerts, and venues and things. And I've mentioned it before, there's a kind of I think it's more recent, but I don't really know that. But you've got these groups of disenfranchised young men, they get very drunk, and they pretty much all have knives, and some of them, shockingly, have guns. And at these big concerts, it's almost becoming, more often than not, there's a shooting or some stabbings. It's that much, out here anyways. And it's these disenfranchised younger Thai men, so 15 to 25, something like that. That's what I think I'm seeing. Okay, but if you're going to a big concert, loud, late, dark venue, I don't want to be the guy that stands out in the crowd. And I wouldn't suggest that you do either, but that's up to you. Anyway, so your violence risk is super low, but if someone is caused to not save face, to lose face, particularly in front of their peers, publicly, whatever, you get an expat who's, like me, way past his prime, and he thinks he's shoving around this little Thai guy like, whatever, and maybe he's drunk, maybe he's using some poor judgment, or he's had a bad day or whatever, this poor expat, but he's doing this. That Thai guy is going to go back and get 9 of his friends, and they're going to start stabbing you in the back. And the first time you're going to realize you're being attacked is when you've been stabbed already. Probably by the 3rd or 4th stabbing, it might dawn on you that, oh dang, I'm in a fight. Which you're going to lose, and you're going to lose spectacularly, because I've literally never ever heard of an expat winning a fight with a Khon Thai. I'm sure it's happened, but it's rare enough. I've never heard of it. So the photos and the news reports, which tend to disappear, by the way, all show some expat face down on the ground, or a report of him in the hospital, or him sitting on the curb looking really sorry, looking really sore and sorry before he is on his way to the hospital. So don't do that. But that's the same. But that guy's been causally, if he's been shoved around, talked down to, demeaned, whatever, and now he's completely lost face, and he's probably pissed off too, obviously, and now you've got a problem. So saving face is really important. But I think I'll look at this video. If I've left something out, because I'm doing this all off the cuff, off the top of my head, like I usually do, I'll go back and I'll shoot some more video, and I'll insert it in here somewhere. But now to the maybe the more interesting part. So how does this work for dating? Man, I think saving face is the single biggest factor in dating. You can really take everything and boil it down to that philosophy. And there's lots of philosophies. You can take things and apply that to almost anything and make it fit and make it work. I think this is a good natural fit, though. You can use your own judgment, as always. But Thai woman is going to want to save face just as much as a Thai man. I am not aware of any gender difference in the preference or desire to do that. If anybody is aware of that, please comment and let me know. and I'll check it out. But so far, no one's mentioned anything about women and men being different on that. They keep saying people, people, people. So, kontai, kontai. So, if the woman wants to look good, don show, wants to save face, and she's dating, how does that work? Well, let's take a really bad example, which is unfortunately all too common, then we'll get to the happy stuff. We'll eat our vegetables first, and then we'll do the dessert. So you got a guy that's dating 15 levels above his pay grade. He doesn't look that good. He's older, way older, doesn't look that good, doesn't care for himself, doesn't follow any of the Thai standards for cleanliness, which is showering often 3 to 4 times a day, baby powder, doesn't follow any of the standards for attire. All his clothes are sloppy and, Western style, old t-shirts. I mean, it's cool in the States to wear an old grungy rock t-shirt that you actually had in high school or something, and your old jeans, and you can be a rich guy, and people go, oh man, that's cool, he doesn't show off, look at that. Here, it looks like, what's wrong with this guy? Why does he let himself look like a bum? I know he has money. They literally don't understand why you're doing that. So anyways, the guy doesn't follow any of the cultural standards for attire or grooming. No shirts with collars, no shirts with buttons, no long pants ever, no matter how cool it is, or going out at night. Just athletic shoes only, or sandals or flip-flops with big ugly feet, which we're kind of known to have, okay? All this, he's just living like he's in Detroit, and he's just right here in Thailand trying to date this smoking hot, really pretty lady that he met at the bar. Let's just make this a really bad example. How is she saving? So Rob, this isn't true. You've just lied. You've shown that your example doesn't work. That person's not saving face. Oh, she's saving face all right. Let me see. If she's breathing and she's upright, not in the hospital, she's saving face. How? Because now, that's what she tells everybody. Now, and I've seen this, and man, it's ugly, and I've seen this so many times, and I've only been here a year and a half, and I only know so many people, so please, this is not a rare example. They'll start telling everybody how they don't care about you, how you're not important to them, how they're laughing at you, how they're getting so much money from you, which they'll typically exaggerate. And what I've seen, it's typically because the woman's got to save face as to how much money they're getting. So they pretty much all do that. And that in and of itself isn't a red flag, because they can exaggerate your income or what you give them just so they save face, just also to make you look good. Because if they're saying they love you true and they love you, now you got to look good and you got to look like you're giving them a lot of money. So they're going to say you're giving them a lot of money, whether you are or not. And they're going to say that whether they really care for you or not. They've kind of hitched their wagon to your train or not. You see what I mean? So that will never tell you one way or another what kind of situation you're in, unfortunately. But they're going to be saying how much they're getting from you, and they're going to say how much they don't care about you and all that stuff. And you're not going to ever know that, because they're going to be speaking their regional Thai, Thai Isan, Thai Kolat, or Thai South, or whatever, or Thai North. And I think that was all 5. Okay, die. We're leaving. And so in that bad example, that lady's saving face all day long because she's basically trash talking you. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you're doing great. You're not dating way super age inappropriate. You're not dating 15 levels above your pay grade. You're dating 3 or 4 or whatever, 5 or whatever it is. You're a decent looking guy in good shape. You really put a lot of time and attention at the Thai's advice, following what they're saying. Not having hair all sticking out, mustache sticking out of your ears practically. I mean, and what young woman really dreams about that? I mean, seriously, you don't have the giant, caterpillar eyebrows going halfway up your forehead. I mean, no young lady goes, well, I hope I find a guy like that. I mean, come on. Again, nobody here has gray or white hair unless they're well over 70. I'm going to say 75 or 80. Or they're a member of some clergy, or they're a politician trying to look like they have experience, and it's a poster. That's the only time I've seen hair that's not black or brown of some kind, okay? Or, for us, you can, gold, and you can, My hair is kind of a brown, and Fawn likes it kind of golden. Kind of, I like it too. So this was how the color my hair was when I was a young guy, and I like having it back. I'm not going to apologize for it. So, so you're doing all that. So you're looking good. You got the Thai style clothes, which means button-down shirts, long pants. Or if it's a t-shirt, it's a really, like I am wearing a t-shirt today, but this is it's a special day where everybody's wearing pink, and this is like one of my better pink shirts, and all my other stuff's literally in the laundry, but you get the idea. So you're doing all that, you're bowing and smiling, and at least, whether you speak or not almost doesn't really matter that much, but if you're just being a respectful guy. Now you're dating a really nice lady, and now she's saving face because she's got a full-on, she's got a foreign guy. We're known to be, quite wealthy, which is just tends to be true. Like I've said before, even a fairly small pension is a senior director level salary here. Even my one small pension by itself is a senior director, like a almost a CEO level salary here. It's pretty, it's pretty good. Here in the Isan region, here where I'm at. I mean, in other places it might not be nothing, your mileage may vary. But in that case, a lady's saving face all day long because you look good, you talk good, you're treating her good, you get the door for her, you're being polite and just being a nice human being. You're not drunk every day. You look good, and looking good is super important. And so your literal physical appearance is super important, and out in public, how it looks. So you're getting the door, you're helping her. She's doing most of the bag carrying because the culture expects her to do that. But when she's like overloaded, you take one or two small ones. No, your lady may say, heck with that culture, I don't care about that, here, help me with these big heavy bags, and then that's between you and her. Fawn is in the really traditional area and in a very traditional village, or her family's very well known. She insists on carrying all the heavier bags, and I have a broken back. So, Paw D, good fit. So that's kind of saving face, and there's two extreme examples, and you can see there's, everyone's going to be some shade of gray in the middle. And that's the real joke. It's like scammers and blackguards and some of the ugliest and most awful people here. They're all saving face too because they're letting everybody know what a victim, what a moron you are, and all that. And I've been that victim. I've been that moron. I'm not throwing water on anybody but myself. Okay. What you want to get to is where you hear them talking, D all the time. That's what you want. You want to be hearing, he or she, he is good, he is good, he is good. Most of the pronouns are not gender specific, but some kind of are. But you want to get used to what those sound like, and you want to be hearing that D. You want to hopefully hear that all the time. Hopefully make some Thai friends that are around a little bit that'll clue you in a little bit. That's always been one of Fawn's strengths. She's always been really good at telling me the actual real truth of what people are saying, and that's one way I know so much about people around us. It's kind of funny, so you'll hear Westerners trying to be all coy and stuff, and the Thai women just will spill the beans on everything. That's what they, I don't tell anybody, I don't ask anybody to go get. This is just what they volunteer to me, and I'm not going to apologize for that either. But the Thais, they don't really, if you had a secret to keep, I wouldn't put it in the Thai Gossip Network. I probably wouldn't recommend you do that. Anyway, so if I think of more on saving face, I'll throw it in. And this is pretty disorganized. This is all off the cuff here as I'm going between schools this morning. So, all right, goodbye. After watching this upcoming bonus footage, I did add some hair to the rear tire of Fawn's motorcycle. Bama. Ken nang dagamay? Ken Wright in biscuit? They're off to go buy some barbecue pork with some sticky rice for breakfast, apparently. No. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.